We are going to be learning about multiplying decimals, which is lesson 2.5 from chapter 2. The important thing for us to remember here is that there is no difference in how we usually multiply digits or any other numbers, whole numbers, and in multiplying decimals. The key here is that we have to remember where to place the decimal. It doesn't matter what method you choose to multiply the digits. You could use the traditional method like many of you like to do. You could use the lattice method, or you could use the partial products method. It doesn't matter what method you choose. The key is to know where to place the decimal. That's what we are going to learn today. In order to multiply decimals, we would multiply numbers as we would do just like any whole numbers. Remember, we do not have to line up the decimal points. One thing we have to do is count how many total decimal places both the numbers have, and then place the decimal the same number of decimal places starting from the right. We are going to do a few examples. Before we actually go into decimal multiplication, let's refresh our memory and remember where the decimal is for a whole number. For a whole number, the decimal is at the end of a number, at the end of a number. Alright, so let's go ahead and write the number 7 with a decimal. So I'm going to write 7. Where do you think I should place my decimal? Right here in front of the 7, or at the back here after the 7? Yes, you're right. It has to be placed after the 7. Right, let's go ahead and work on some more examples. Let's write the decimals for some more whole numbers. So 21, the decimal is after the 1. That's how it gives me 21. For 189, decimal is right there. For 1478, the decimal is right there. Okay. Now, we learned about the rules. Let's go ahead and try placing the decimal where the product is already given. Here, all I'm asking you to do is look at this and observe where we are going to put the decimal. Alright. How many digits are there after the decimal in the first number? In the first number, there are 2 digits after the decimal. So that's 2 decimal places. Do we have any for 8? None. So there is 0 here. So 2 plus 0 is 2. So I'm going to place my decimal, again remember, starting from the right. I'm going 1, 2, and that's my decimal right there. Again remember, the best way is to estimate. Think about it this way. This is about 12. This is about 8. 12 times 8 is 96. And there you go. That's my decimal between the 9 and the 4, giving me a value of 99, which is close to 96. Let's go ahead and do number 2. In number 2, the 133.061, there are 3 decimal places. And the second number, 3.14, has 2 decimal places, or 2 digits after the decimal. That gives us a total of 5 digits after the decimal. So I'm going to go ahead and count from the right again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's where I'm going to place my decimal, right there. Again, if I estimate, that would be around 133, or you could even take 130 times 3, 390, 417, close. Let's try number 3. There are 3 decimal places right here. How many decimal places how many places after the decimal for 12? None, so that's 0. That's a total of 3 digits after the decimal for both the numbers. 1, 2, 3, and right there. Going on to the fourth problem, I have 3 digits after the decimal for 123.006, so that's 3 digits after the decimal, and then I have 3 digits here. which gives me a total of 6 digits. So that's again starting from the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to place my decimal right here. Remember, if we do not have enough places, we are going to hold the places with a 0. Now, I don't usually like to leave a decimal just by itself because it gets lost. You don't bring it down, you don't put it in your answer. So I always like to put a 0 in front of the decimal just so it is clear to me. Okay, now let's go ahead and multiply some decimals and whole numbers. Remember again the same rules. We are going to go ahead and multiply just as we would normal numbers. Add the total number of decimal places in both the numbers and place the decimal that many numbers from the right. Alright. Let's go ahead and work on these. I'm not going to place my decimal any place. At this point, when I'm just multiplying, I'm going to ignore that my decimal even exists there. So let's go ahead and do these. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. I'm going to carry the 1. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1, 9. And 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 4 is 4, and 1 times 1 is 1. My total is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. 9 plus 6 is 15. I'm going to carry the 1. 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7, and then bring the 1 down. Alright. Let's go back now and take a look at how many digits we have after the decimal. I have a total of 2 digits here, and I have none here. So that gives me a total of 2 plus 0 is 2. 1, 2. And this is where my decimal goes between the two 5s. Alright, let's go ahead and try another problem. 9 times 8 is 72. Carry the 7 up. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 plus 7, what is it? 25, very good. Carry the 2 up. 9 times 4 is 36, plus 2, 38. Now, again, I have only one digit here after the decimal, and I have none here after the 9, so that's a total of 0 here, and a total of 1 plus 0, which is 1. So my decimal goes right here between the 5 and the 2. Again, remember guys, this is about 10. I could just round it off to the closest whole number, which is 10. And then round this off to about maybe 43. I could just go with 40. That would be fine. 40 times 10 is 400, where my answer is about 385. Going on to the next question, 7 times 2 is 14, carry the 1, 7 times 1 is 7 plus 1, 8, 7 times 0 is 0, 7 times 5 is 35, carry the 3, 7 times 6 is 42, 45, carry the 4, 7 times 1 is 7, plus 4 is 11. Alright, now, where does my decimal go? How many digits do I have? How many digits do I have? I have 3 digits here, and I have none here. That's a total of 3. 1, 2, 3, and my decimal goes right there between those numbers. Alright, moving on. Multiplying decimals. Now, in the previous one, we multiplied decimals and whole numbers. In this case, we are going to multiply decimal times a decimal. It's the same rules. So let's go ahead and get started. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 1, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. Let me change my pen so that it's easier for you to see. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. And 1 times 2 is 2. Let's go ahead and add. Sorry about the line. 2, 8, 10 plus 4, 14. Carry the 1. 6 plus 1, 7, plus 2, 9, plus 3, 12. Carry the 1. 4, 5, 6, and 2. Alright, I have a total of 2 digits after the decimal right there in the first number, and I have 2 digits in the second number also. This gives me a sum of 4 digits after the decimal in both my numbers. So where I would place the decimal is count from the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and right there goes the decimal, 26.2482. Again, let's take a look. 21, around this number is around 21. This number is around 1, estimation. 21 times 1, 21. My answer is around 20s, somewhere in the 20s. Alright, let's do the next problem. This problem says it's 4.623 times 6.7. Let's go ahead. 7 times 3 is 21. Carry the 2. 7 times 2 is 14. 15, 16. Let me write that again. 6. Oh. Okay. 1. 7 times 2 is 14. 15, 16. 1. 7 times 6 is 42. Plus 1, 43. 4. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 4 is 32. Alright, now 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1, 13. Carry the 1. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 1, 37. Carry the 3. And 6 times 4 is 24 plus 3, 27. Okay, let's go ahead and add them up. 1, 6 plus 8 is 14. Carry the 1. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 7 plus 3 is 10. Carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, now where does my decimal go? I have 3 digits here, and I have 1 digit here after the decimal. That gives me a total of, what is it? Yes, 4 digits where I have to put my decimal starting from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and my decimal goes right there. Again, this is about 7, this is about 5. 7 times 5, 35. My answer is somewhere in the 30s. So I'm okay. Just remember that your decimal, if it was between the 3 and the 0, it would have been 2 less, it would have been 3. If it was after the 9, it would have been 309, which wouldn't have worked. Alright, now on this page I have a few problems which I want you to write down on a piece of paper and solve them. We are going to be checking these in class. I want you to title the paper as Lesson 2.5 Online Lesson Problems. For the first 3 problems, I want you to place the decimal point in the product. As you see, the product is already given for you in these 3 problems. All you're doing is placing the decimal point. Please make sure that you're doing it clearly. The other 3 problems is where you have to actually work out the problems. Okay, I'll see your work in class next time.